Hello guys, I hope all of you are fine. Welcome back to the fifth video of the series for regular expressions for VBA. And before I get into it guys, I'm sorry I have taken a long break in between the series, but that was due to some health issues that I had in the last 2 weeks. But I'm back now and we will continue and finish this series and then we will make many more. Okay, so let's get into it. So today we are going to discuss meta characters, right? And the meta characters basically help you to define your pattern in a better way, so apart from giving the literal text. So that's what where the magic of regular expression happens. So we will go through all of these meta characters very quickly, and right in the next video I will do write small codes explaining each of these meta characters in little bit more detail, giving you more insight, and and then we will move on to the next lesson, right? So okay, so let's get into it. So the very first meta characters are the square brackets. They are there to define a series or objects, or if not series, some objects that you want to find, use in your pattern. So with this example that you see here, you are saying you are in this pattern, you are defining that you are looking for only one character. And see, one square bracket is basically one character until and unless you close it with a plus or a star sign. This pattern here that you see, it is for one character. It will be looking for only one character, and that one character can be anything between small a to small m, nothing else, right? So this is what this meta character does, and we will see more things when we get into the code side of it. Okay, the next meta character is the backslash. So this is used to bring out spatial ability of some characters, and special, and also to escape some spatial ability of some characters. So let me explain. So when you pass d in your regular expression pattern, what you are trying to say here is you are looking for something matching with d, right? But when you prefix a backslash sign with d, it becomes a digit. So always remember, prefixing backslash to any character is not going to bring spatial ability out of it. Not all the characters will have spatial ability, but some of them will have, like d has. So when if you just put only d here, nothing else, so it is going to be, this pattern will look for anything that is d. But if you prefix it with this backslash, this is going to look for digits, right? So this is going to look for digits. If I do a w here, only w, then it is going to look for w, literally w itself. But if I prefix it with the backslash, that becomes that takes out the spatial ability of w, and that is a word character. And combined this alphabet and this backslash, this becomes a spatial sequence, and we will be discussing about spatial sequence also further in this series. Okay, so don't worry about that. So, and we will be using this in our codes in the next video. Then comes the dot. So dot is literally anything. So except the new line, obviously, which I've already given here. So except any new line, it's anything. It can be space, it can be tab, it can be alphabet, digit, symbol, anything. So if you really don't know between start and end of your pattern what is going to be in between, just give dots. So if you look at this example, he double dot and o, it is going to match the word hello, but then it is also going to match anything that is starting with he, ending with o, and has any two characters in between. These can be two spaces, this can be one space, one number, this can be one alphabet and one space, this can be both alphabets, both numbers, anything, right? So dot is basically anything. But then here comes the twist. So if you remember in my example video, we were trying to validate an email ID, and in that email ID towards the end there was a term .com, right? And here we want to actually evaluate it and see if that string that has been passed or not, for it to be an email ID, it has a .com and not anything com, right? So it cannot be xcom, space com, one com. It has to be .com. So literally the dot has to be used. So how would you use dot there? Because if you define dot in your pattern, it is going to match it with anything. So even space com or x com will pass, but we don't want that. We want the literal value of x. So in that case, you will again use this backslash to escape the spatial ability of dot. So if I do it this way, then it is going to literally find this dot and nothing else, right? So this is what, so you have again understood the this part of the backslash also, and anyways you have understood the dot also. So I'm moving on to the next, and then we will see more in the next video. Caret. So this is called caret. This caret sign is indicates starts with, and if you remember in the example we used caret sign to indicate that pattern, the string that we are passed will start with that pattern, and then we also indicated that pattern, that string will end with that pattern. So when you want to evaluate a text end to end, then you will close that entire pattern between this caret and dollar. So the caret indicates starts with, dollar indicates ends with. So here in this example, it is going to find a word hello that that starts with hello. But then I can give let's say this way, and it will find hello and then three more characters, any three more characters. But it is never going to find anything else and then three more characters, because it has to start with this H, right? So then comes ends with. So similar to caret, ends with will indicate anything ending with this dollar sign, and we will see more in the codes. Then comes star and plus. They indicate simply zero or more occurrences, and plus indicates one or more occurrences. So if you look at this example AIX, it is simply saying it will this pattern is going to match with AI also, right? Because X is star, X is zero or more, so X can be zero also. So it will match with AI. It can very easily match with AI. It can match with AIX. It can match with AI triple X or 5 times X also, right? Then comes the plus sign, one or more occurrences. So it will never match, this pattern will never match with AI alone, because X is plus. So that means X has to be there for at least one, and then it can be more times also. So it will match with AIX, and it will match with AI and 10 times X also, but it will never match with AI alone, right? Then comes this curly braces. So when you like star and plus will give you the ability to pass on the information that a particular term can appear any number of times. The curly braces will let you do specifically the for the number of times you are expecting that pattern to be. So in this, with this pattern, this is going to find something which starts with A, and then there is 2L. So it will never match with AL. It is always going to match with ALL. And if your text string do not have ALL, it will find nothing. So this is what this pattern indicating, right? And this is what this curly braces does, right? And when you do not give any curly braces, that is anyways 1. So whenever you are just say, if I just remove this and give AL, that simply means A and L each once will be looked upon. Then comes this pipe sign. This is for either or. So with this pattern, you are saying in the text string that you pass, just bring out any anything that matches with either false or with stays, right? And then capture and group. So this round braces are used when you want to group the information. So in the example that I showed you in the example video, the email ID. So you may be able to find many email IDs out of a longer, big, large text, body. But what if you only want to find the usernames? Will you first find the email IDs and then apply more techniques to get rid of the domain and the @ sign to only get the user ID? That is one approach, but the better approach is grouping them. So when you define a group in your pattern itself, you will be very easily be able to get the username readily available to you, and you won't have to apply more techniques to get rid of the rest of the thing from the email ID, right? And that we will see in the next video, where we are going through all the we are going to make all the codes for these meta characters. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Let's see you in the next video to learn more about these meta characters. Thank you. Bye.